Limerick and Dublin, we stopped in this little town that had a very interesting. You drove in this main drag, and you came in, and there was a circle, and one road went east, another one went west, and one went north, and we were coming from the south. So anyway, went in there, and if you went around that circle twice, when you went out east, there were two alleys that weren't there when you just kind of drove through, right? And so,
He's talking about the crone.
right.
When he met the crone.
I think I kind of got that set. So
But
anyway,
you've had many relationships with women here and there, kind of not permanent, not long term. Besides your wife, who you were really in love with.
well, I had 2 wives.
I think
I
God
had 5 really strong,
is good.
long-term relationships. But
Your first
those,
wife was sexually immoral, and there are
No,
biblical
no, I mean,
reasons why.
what
There are
is that?
biblical
He-
reasons why you're supposed to
he
get
talks like
divorced.
he knows, like he was there.
I read the Bible. I
Yeah.
know. I know what she was doing was wrong, and you're not supposed to stay married
Uh,
to her. And God wanted you to marry your second wife, and she
and
was
this is
really
why John is
special.
John, right? He is the
I know she was really
people's
special
saint of truth, right?
for you.
That's what he is. But my first
Not-
wife,
not
I
even
met on the
close.
subway.
Not way.
We were both artists and photographers. We had a studio together. We traveled the world, and it was great. We had 8 great years, but it came a point when we kind of split, and we weren't ever going to get married. But her father, really, when I first met him, he took me out to play golf, and he was like, he should have played golf instead of working for the company he did because they didn't care about him. And he was an amazing.
You
golfer.
wanna talk about this?
I am talking.
You're
about
telling a
this.
story.
I am. I'm talking about what you just said. Whether we're going to get married, and I'm telling you.
Not to one another, right? Not to one another, because I'm saying, I'm an Italian little guy, 18, no, John Travolta, 32, not to one another, right? No, it's not me.
Hey, Eddie.
I was born in
This is going to be a good one. And I'm hopefully. I've done 2 on my phone. And I hope that they go up there on my channel. They haven't showed up yet. I did one at like about 7 in the morning. I did another one around 10 in the morning.
It's not really.
And it's still, so here's the next
parents
one.
were from New York.
So what time is it now? It's like about 5 o'clock. So anyway, the question on the table is whether John and I are ever going to marry another woman, be married, right? Right. So I'm just telling you my little story, and I'm going to try and make it as quick as I can if I don't get interrupted. So anyway, reconnecting. So when I was with the old crone, we were at her place for a number of weeks, and then we came back to Dublin.
Lean against the wall if you sit in it, but
Right.
try not to hurt the,
Right. So anyway, we stopped at this little town between Limerick and Dublin, and we went into a tea house, and the young lady who ran this thing read my tea leaves, and she told me my whole life, right? And then we got back in the car, and by the time we got to Dublin, I forgot everything that woman said. And she said, and you won't remember any of this thing, but as things happen, no, the young lady at the tea house that she read my tea leaves, and she's read my whole life what it was going to be. And she, after she finished that, she put the hot water in there, did this, and she said, drink this. I drank it. And then she said, you'll forget everything I said. But as it occurs to you over the next years and years, the rest of your life, you will go, wow, that's what she said. It's kind of like a deja vu, right?
She may or may not. I don't know.
So,
she may have been a prophet, but who knows?
So she said I'd be married 3 times. She said I'd be married in a few years, which that's what happened. I met Donna, my first wife, my training wife, on the subway, and we had 8 great years, and then we split in very nice ways, and we stayed friends. She went off to do whatever she wanted to do, and I did what I did. And then my second wife, was just like and when these things happened, I go, wow, that's what that lady said. And there were other things that she told me that happened. I was like, wow. So that's why I knew there's an element of truth in it, because now I'm 72 and about 90% of everything that she said came true. Anyway, so she said that I would be married a third time, and I would, when I was over 70, I would have another wife. So I'm 72, and so it's, sometime soon. And she said, I live another.
When you're more than 70, you'll have another wife?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. A younger,
Keep getting in awesome,
younger, like way younger.
Good looking shape.
Younger.
We'll be famous. You think?
Are we
famous
and I would have a baby
really.
with that lady.
Look, yeah,
and that baby, and I would have more than that. And those babies would do some amazing things because of that young lady and me and us together and how we be parents to them.
A couple days ago, you looked so cool with your scarf and stuff. I don't know what you look like now. I can't tell. And maybe.
So that's the story. Yes, I'm going to be married one more time. There's one more wife for me.
You could start a family.
If she was going to be
when
hot?
You're healthy enough to live that long.
Pretty much every, every woman. See, being hot is it's not something in a magazine. Being hot is how people,
Oh, Bob.
Like
he walked in.
So recently, the last 15 years of my life, I've had women in my life. But I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Affair to Remember. And that's what it's been. I would meet somebody because of certain sense. We'd be together for a little while or a long while. And then they would go their way, I go my way. And sometimes they come back and then that's the Affair to Remember. But I have one more wife left in me, right? So that's the story from Al Bob. So what's your story, John? That only took me 15 minutes.
Did the old crone say it or another person like that?
Another person. As I said, 4 times already.
The old crone, if you want to watch the old crone video, look up crone. I guess on YouTube, or you might need some Al Bob crone or crone.
Old crone.
Ancient Irish crone, old Irish crone.
Right.
Irish crone.
Yes, that's it.
Irish crone. Yeah. That's the one that if you look that up on YouTube, you'll find the video. The people who are watching probably already know about it.
Right.
And
that's the one that's on John's
channel. It's a good video. He met this woman that was really old, and it was a long time ago.
So John tells my story, and he always doesn't know what the story is.
And
I was bummed when you didn't do a live this morning, but I did do one.
Well, I
did do one on the phone.
When you were telling me the story, I had no idea.
That didn't get.
When you were telling me the story, I had no idea what you were talking about.
Did you get notified about this one?
When you were telling me the story of the old crone, I was like, you're saying things, and
anyway, it's obvious that the internet is going to go bye-bye.
Or something out of nowhere.
And to get stuck on anything.
And then I watched it again.
So I'm just doing my best.
This is really good.
Happy New Year. Yes, Perp. Yep. Yes, Lance. Yes. So it's all good. All, from this day on, we do our best, right?
So you might get remarried.
No, I am going.
You wouldn't get
remarried. Not might. I am going. No, I am. Period.
She may be a false prophet.
Well, for the last 70 years, everything she said has come true. Yes.
Was she a real prophet, like a modern day?
No, she read my frigging tea leaves.
Fortune tellers aren't true. They don't know what they're talking about unless they're a little bit of a prophet. Did she follow God and Jesus? Was she kind to others?
John really knows. That's why he is the people's
Did she follow the
saint
Bible?
of truth.
Maybe she's a prophet. Was she a righteous human being?
John, I was with this woman all of 30 minutes. It's hard to tell whether she was a prophet of Jesus Christ. But she read my tea leaves, and she said, he put hot water in a cup and swished it up and said, here, drink this. I drank it. And she said, and now you will forget everything I said, but as it comes true, you will go, wow. And it has, last, 60 years or so. I guess I was 19.
What if the old crone walked in right now?
Right.
And she looked like this. And she was 180 years old. She went, and hung from the ceiling and pulled out an attic that had steps on it and hung upside down like a bat and went, or something like, I'm sorry.
I would say that's not the old crone. That's not the old
I
crone.
don't.
It's
Okay.
not the old crone.
No.
That's not the old crone.
Okay. Well,
That's
okay.
somebody else.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you'll meet a young woman. Do you want to get remarried?
Sure. I'm up
Well,
for it.
what
I'm
if
up
you
for anything, guys.
Okay.
Haven't you
Do
noticed?
you really want to
And
get
I don't have any set agenda. I mean, I'm not going.
He thought he was all
I don't
happy
go
he was
to a
gonna marry a
laundry
young
list. I
woman.
don't say I
He's
want
like,
this. I want this, and it's not never going to
woman now.
happen. I still go. I want this. I want this. I want this. Right? Every day, I open myself up for a new adventure, and I do my best with conscious intent and conscious awareness.
Yes, you go. Yes.
So how about you, John?
A demon.
How about you? How about you, John?
Praise Jesus. Protect us from evil. Protect us from evil, Jesus. Okay. Because I said shit about a demon and someone hanging from the ceiling like a bat upside down. Then I hit the heavy metal like there's one person what are you doing? There's this person when I was growing up, his name was Devil Boy. The kids called him Devil Boy, and he hung from the ceiling upside down and took all these PCP punch holes and shit. And he had skinny arms, and he'd hit things with his bones and get all these weird things. And
Yes, it's a happy new year here up at the school.
I'm afraid. Okay.
Come
I
on.
want to be the coolest one like I was sometimes when I was in high school. When I was in my senior year, I became cool, but the kids younger than me thought I was cool. Not as much sitting in the classroom. I gotta pee. Well, am I gonna go pee?
Okay, let's see what you guys are saying.
When I get back, we'll talk about will I get remarried?
Yeah, that's what I just asked you.
Okay.
You know?
I think maybe you will meet a woman to get married, but I don't know if it's true or not. We'd have to see if that woman was righteous or not and was a real prophet. If not, it would be devil stuff against the Bible and it's wrong. You know, maybe right, maybe wrong. But she may be a real prophet according to the Bible. Depends on how righteous she was. Did she really, you know, if you look in the Bible, was she a righteous person who really followed God and Jesus the way she was? She didn't sin.
All I can say is I was there for about 35 minutes drinking a cup of tea, and she read my tea
That's how the Bible
leaves.
says. That's how you
And
know.
she told me my whole life story, and then I forgot it. And then as it occurred, as she told it, it would come to my mind like a deja vu. Whoa, right? Now, that most of, 70 years, well, 60 years of my life since that cup of tea, the 20 or 30 things that she said that fits into that period of time. She didn't tell me my whole life, oh, you're going to go to the bathroom. No, just certain, many different people in my life and things I have done, she told me about, but then I forgot. So I wouldn't be jaded or motivated or because the thing about life is we have no idea what we're doing. And as we go through it, we have experiences. And we can either learn from them or do the same thing over and over and over again. And that's hell. That's, Shakespeare's Hamlet. When Hamlet kills everyone, is in the king room and his buddy is like jumping around and all happy and everything. And Hamlet goes, I think you are zoomed in. Of course I'm zoomed in because I'm zoomed in for John. But, I like this aesthetic. I am looking at the screen myself and I like the way it looks with my mouth, I'm an artist. I don't do the thing that people expect,
Okay.
So, John's back. It's okay, John.
How you doing? Hi.
Okay.
What does he do? What are you doing? Oh. Okay, so If somehow Danica want to stay married.
No, that wasn't the question. Are
Do I
we
mean
going
a
to
new
marry
wife? Do I mean a
someone
new wife?
else, a new wife?
No, I mean a new wife or
Right,
something.
not Danica. That's the same old, laundry list that you go through daily, 15 times a day. But
You know, 'cause
we're
when I was
talking
upstairs-
about a new wife,
Hmm.
a new
Well,
girl.
I mean a
What
new
would you
wife.
want in a new
Or
wife?
have to be single because I don't like being single. Or I don't know if that, God, I think, separated us now, physically separated us. But I don't know. She's been living separate from me for 10 years.
You would think if she wanted to get back
But
with you,
mentally, I would talk to her every day or write her emails every day.
but that's you writing her and
About
talking
every
to her
day.
every day. Does she want you to
It's
be
so
in her
much to
life?
think about. It has been so difficult that I didn't know how I'd make things okay.
But this isn't what we were going to talk about. We were going to
It
talk
was
about, are we
exhausting.
going to have a new wife? What would you want your new wife to be?
But
What would you want your new wife to be?
well, someone who God says it's okay for me to be married to. If there is someone
God
like that.
wants you to be
And if
married
not-
to anyone that you can be happy with. That's what God
If
wants.
not, I don't want to.
He doesn't have, let's look in the book. John's going to marry. No.
I mean, if I can't, if I'm not going to marry someone else, it's been so awful being single and alone. I don't like living single and alone. Well, it's okay here. But somehow it's been okay sometimes. But I don't want to go on living like that. I've had to for 10 years.
But
To
John,
be
to
there for
live
the
with another
kids,
person, you have to be
to hope to have my
comfortable with
family,
living with
and she's
yourself.
not-
When you are comfortable with yourself, that's when other people will be comfortable with you.
I'm comfortable with myself. I feel wrong about acting like the coolest one, like somebody who smoked a bunch of weed and was like, I'm the coolest person of everybody, or something like that, and who's sinful. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do things wrong unless it's okay here and there to smoke a little weed or something. But
No,
I don't know.
no, never knew Billy Idol.
You never knew Billy Idol?
No.
He wrote. I didn't know him either, but I know he wrote all his most famous songs, best songs, like in less than a year or a few years, something like that. Really early on, by 1982. And he's been playing the same songs at all his concerts, but they sound really good.
What are those songs? What's the
Rebel Yell, Cradle of Love, whatever that means. Sometimes it can be okay. Sometimes like, oh, not appropriate. I don't want to listen to it. His other songs, whatever. That's what he did. But did he do debauchery? I think he did debauchery. It was with many women.
What is
way
debauchery?
more. Sexual immorality.
What is sexual
Like a lot
immorality?
of sexual immorality.
What is
meaning
sexual
unnatural
immorality?
sex. Sexual immorality means sex out, fornication, adultery.
Adultery is when you cheat on your spouse.
Yeah, and not me though. Unless it's considered. I can't imagine how God considers me still married to Danica. I don't know, but there's a chance that's possible, but I don't know.
People have, if you have sex is a biological thing. It's a dynamic that
Because Danica cheated on me in 2008 before I ever cheated on her. We had been together 8 years.
yes, but were you looking
We were faithful.
you're having dinner with Danica at a restaurant and a pretty girl walks by where you're going like, ooh,
A little
who's
bit
that?
before she cheated on me,
Right.
I did some of that. I lusted after women a little bit because I was having a midlife crisis, but I never would have actually had sex with any of them.
You were
But
30.
on the computer,
not a midlife crisis.
One of them had a crush on me, and I thought I loved her, and that was a problem. And then she just outright had sex with another man,
But that other man was her boyfriend from high school, right?
somebody like that, or junior high, whatever, something like that.
She had a relationship. It
I don't
wasn't
know.
just some guy she met in a bar.
Somebody she remembered when she was like 14.
That she cared about, that she had.
Kind of. They never got to pursue.
Right, but that
a
was like her
relationship.
first love, so she she consummated it because you were, lusting after other
Yeah.
women.
Well, it was a one-time thing, and we tried to make it work for 2 more years after that, and I still wasn't with anyone else. And then
Were you still
I
lusting
kinda lost
after?
it.
Were you still
I-
lusting
or I
after
didn't- I
other
don't know.
women?
No. But near the end of the two being together again
Was
for a
Ivan
while,
born during?
she didn't quite have the same love she used
Was
to have for
Ivan?
me.
Did Ivan was born in that 2-year period before you got divorced?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ivan got born sometime after she had an affair with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was not good because my heart felt torn out for about a year after she literally cheated, and she lied and kept it secret. Anytime I'd asked her about it, she'd get angry at me and say no and to be mean about it. And I knew, I could feel it in my heart, especially when it was being done. She was out somewhere. I had to stay at her dad's rich house, in these houses that, I don't know. Maybe they're okay. But I had to, that one time she went and cheated on me for 4 hours. She was gone. She came back in with smeared makeup and smiling, like a big smile on her face, walking through the front doors. And she kept it secret for a year after that. And it felt awful. It felt like my heart was torn out, I guess. Not physically heart torn out, but like the love and emotion it was like awful feeling. I don't like cheating.
So was Ivan born within that year?
We tried to save the marriage by conceiving another child, so we had Ivan. And he was born, and she named his middle name Blake, and I don't know where she got the name Blake from, but when Danica was his name's good. Blake's a good name. But she cheated that one time. I know, I could feel it, and I knew it was happening when it was happening. And I knew for a year until she finally told the truth about it.
So was
you
that
can feel it sometimes when you're really in love with someone.
So was her middle school?
I could tell something happened.
First love, was his name Blake?
Unless that person's not that special, but it was, yeah. His middle name was Blake. I don't know why she chose Blake, because she was kind of being a little bit jerk, like mean. After I had lusted after women, and she literally cheated on me, and then thought
I wonder why. I wonder why.
And I put a lot of
I wonder why.
value in our appearance, because I was having a midlife crisis. So I got in really good shape. Hi everyone. You can subscribe to the video if you're watching. Click like. If you haven't, you can click like, and dear God and Jesus, for those people who click like, please help them be okay on earth and help them do God's work and be kind, good people. Amen. Okay. And I don't know if that's too selfish trying to get them to click like. So stupid. Maybe I'm not even supposed to ask people to click like for the response it's got.
Why is this thing doing this?
Whatever the heck I felt like.
Try and reconnect, right?
I don't know. I don't control that. Maybe it's zoomed in too far.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's zoomed in too far.
Let's see. Zoom out then.
Oh, here's what you do. Get out of the program and go back to it. I think on my phone, when I'm filming a live video, I can turn off my entire phone.
Right.
Turn it back on.
Right.
It has a few minutes or 10 minutes, and I can I can go to YouTube again and say continue. I go to live video, like I'm doing a video, and it says, do you want to continue your stream? I say yes, and you can keep filming. So that's what I do on my phone if it turns off or something.
Okay.
Or I get out of the program, go to another program, and go back to it, and then it keeps filming. Or it says, ask you to keep on streaming, whatever.
So I'm rebooting.
You stop filming for some reason.
Right. I'm rebooting.
And so...
Will it put that one up if it doesn't even go there? Will it take what was...
There might be some person who's a jerk watching who doesn't want to hear about me and looks at it in the wrong way.
Don't know about that.
I don't know, or maybe not at all. Maybe not at all. Maybe you're...
Well, we're experimenting here.
and because I'm so kind, I tried to help you anyway. rather than go with those more earthly things. That way, ways that people are kind of more earthly, don't sin as much in the regular ways they interact with others. That I may not be as cool or good with in a regular way, because I was kind of like, they were there doing that. Some of them got up to here and were making fun of me and stuff, and I was like down here, how I felt. And then I was like up here, and then I was like, shit, that was terrible. And I was willing to be like Jesus, and almost had to go down to hell to suffer. I was so frightened and had to, make up for the sin I had done if that was too. But sometimes you can be up here and just feeling happy. Sometimes you're up here and it feels happy and good, and you're kind and good, and you get to be the most famous, popular one, or the good things you enjoy, and it feels really good. It's possible. I learned that from Alabama. It gets good and okay again. So I don't know if I'll be married to.
Well, there we are.
What's
We're
gonna
back.
happen? If I'll be married to who? But the last two, the past few
Hey,
emails,
guys.
she's been. She talks kind of like a mean jerk to people. But I don't know what's gonna happen. But I think God keeps me going on. It's been 10 years of this being alone.
Right.
I tried to find a wife here and there, and it made it worse.
Reconnecting. Come on, say something, gang.
If I tried to pursue a relationship with the wrong one, or talk to him too much, or whatever, it made it awful. But I never cheated on Danica that I know of before we got a divorce. She cheated on me one time. Then she demanded I don't know. So maybe I can get remarried in God's eyes, or maybe I can't. But we could have made it work. It was a one-time thing and she cheated, but she was never really the same, because I put importance on us looking really good, like movie stars. I really wanted us to get famous like A-listers, and she ended up doing it. She looked really good. Not an A-lister.
Well, you look
not
good
an
too.
A-lister though.
You look good.
She got famous. She has
There's 3 people there.
however many views or whatever.
2 thumbs up. Anybody want to make a comment? Oh, now there's 4.
And it's awful. Sometimes I've thought about, there's something that men do. Well, I can't imagine meeting anyone who would know how to sing, write screenplays, do the things that I like, that we can work on it together, because those things make me happy
Well, why?
to work at. And
why?
I'm like a workaholic. I work a lot at goals.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people in the music and movie industry that's who they are, John. There are plenty of people there that you could meet like that. So, if you want to meet somebody, I mean, everyone I ever met, I wasn't looking for. There isn't a single person I was looking for. They just kind of stumbled.
Danica had half a billion views. She has half a billion views. She's at her lowest her YouTube's been in 5 or 6 years, and she's still getting 1 million views a month. At one time she was getting 30 million views a month.
What does that mean?
That means it's kind of cool, because we worked at that from when she was 14. She had headshots, and it took till she was 38. We worked at it so relentlessly together. How are we going to get there? How are we going to be number one?
What does that mean in a relationship?
How are we going to do this with our work?
Reality
our real work are good things that we create that's special, because we're so good at it, and we had an ability for it because our parents did it. We honored them. We did God's work in our work. We were good at it. We were supposed to do it. And how do you meet somebody else?
I'm back, Ed. Hey, I'm back.
I don't want someone who. Why would God give me somebody else who? How can I relate to them? What things do they do that I still, after all these years, don't really understand the other stuff that much besides God and Jesus? I know that. I know it's God's work to think about. Being married to somebody who wanted to
John, we have a free will.
Fly airplanes. I don't like that. I don't want to do that. I mean, it's okay for them, but what interest would I have in somebody who leaves home to be out there all the time? I like somebody who stays at home. I like somebody who stays at home I can be at home with. Or we go out together. We're together, and it's okay because we're together when we go out.
But all the women
I don't like this. I don't like being alone.
that I've been
What are you
connected.
doing?
I'm playing with my
No.
junk. It's sticking
Dude,
together.
don't do something too much of that.
My junk
That'd
is
be-
sticking together. You know, I gotta
You're not doing.
I gotta
you're not-
loo-
he
I gotta
didn't
I
play-
gotta
he
loosen
did
the
not play
junk
with
up.
himself.
No, I loosened my junk. It was getting stuck. But
He
anyway,
did not play with himself.
and in relationships, it's not about you, it's about the we. And it's not like if you're putting all these kind of this
I don't
person has to
look,
be this,
Say
this,
like I
this,
found a
this,
big
this.
movie star.
Right.
Say like I found a real A-list actress
Right.
who had a resume 400 times as big as Danica. That might be so creepy and weird and be the wrong thing for me to be with, and not someone God wants me to be with.
Why?
So
Why?
just because Danica
Why?
got a lot
Why?
of views, that's a small part. That's some part.
Why would
that's
that be
something,
creepy?
but it's
If
not
you two,
all of it. There's
meaning
so much more.
it
than
it
that.
is about
When
the
we met one
dynamic
another, we
between
didn't-
two people. God doesn't control anything.
When we met one another,
We
didn't.
have free wills. God does not control who you meet, why you're with them. It's you and the other person. And God, if you're happy and you are good together, then God is happy. That's all. God is here. He's not here to judge. He's not here to control. It's up to us. Because if he was controlling, the thing I think would be working a lot better. And if he was judging, we'd all be toast. So, I'm not God. I don't judge anybody, right? And I don't try to control anybody, I lead by example. And I do my best, and I'm not perfect.
So you
that
leave it all up to God.
no,
Like if we meet somebody or not, it's up to God.
right.
You fornicator. He's a fornicator.
No,
No, it's not.
I mean, I met my first wife on the subway. We just happened to get on the same subway car. And she dropped her lens cap, and I picked it up and knew that she had a Leica, even though it said Canon on it, So it's
It's up to God.
It's not up to God.
If God allows you to fornicate, and that's a sin that's forgivable when you die,
Fornicate?
that may be something
I
that
must
is
have had
forgivable.
sex with more than a
But
few
I don't
hundred
know.
people. Is that
That's bad.
fornication,
I think
John?
it's kind of bad, but
John,
not.
I
if
had
it's so
sex with
difficult
more
that
than
I'm
a
depressed,
couple
who
of
cares?
hundred people. Is that
I don't know.
fornication? Each one of those people I really cared about. Except there was a period when I was the real disco dude, and I was having sex with 2 and 3 women a week,
Yo,
and I didn't really carry
I
on
never
a
did.
relationship.
I never
We
did
met
that.
at the club.
Of course, I
We
thought
go back
about
to her house, have a really good time. Some of them became relationships, but others not so much, And it was pretty much known, that would happen, and we'd never, give each other phone numbers. But we'd see each other in another club or so, and so if it was like meant to be, if God decided it, it would happen. But, I don't think that's fornication. Sex is a biological thing that's in our body. It's our meat bags that are having sex, not our spirit. Our spirit makes a connection, a communion with that other individual, right? It's not sex. Sex is not the communion.
Taza used to drink a bunch of hard liquor.
Who?
Taza. Oh shit, my little sister. Not here and there. Like she only did it like.
Let's
a
not
few
talk
times.
about anybody but ourselves, John. And the people that we've been together with. And I'm not like
She doesn't
mentioning
do it.
any
I'm not
names.
calling
I'm
out
just
the
saying,
name.
first wife, second wife. And, I had about 15 really serious, that I was with somebody for a year or so, right? And of those 15 people, they were way different than me, meaning did other things. We weren't like what John was saying, doing the same thing, trying to be A-list. No, they had their thing, I had my thing. But together, we had our thing, and that's why we had a relationship.
Messed up. I thought mean ass, big, strong fucking shit. I thought mean ass, big, strong. I don't give a fuck. If I'm walking like this, I got a strong ass. It'll hurt someone if I had.
Anyways, I don't think about how I look. I look is how I look. What I feel and think about is you. You know, how you're feeling. You know, if you're happy. What makes me happy is making you happy. Why do you think I do this show? To make you happy. Why do you think I'm trying to be here with him? I'm trying to open his life.
No.
Yes. That's what I'm here to do. We're planning to go to New York. His grandma passed over and left him and the family
Taking
her
a
place,
crap.
and he's crapping in his pants right now.
No, I'm not.
So,
I think you're not getting. Oh, you're pissed off because you wanted to
I'm
meet a young woman.
not pissed off about anything, John. You don't see, I could not care about this show or anything. I'm just going with the flow.
Shit!
Yeah, whatever he says.
Oh.
It's all on that boy's nickel, and that's why he is the people's saint of truth.
No.
Yes,
I'm a human being. I'm a man.
But what
I'm
are you,
not a
saints?
saint.
Saints were men and women. They were men and
But
women.
a saint was supposed to be like an angel? Or
No.
something?
They were men and women. All the saints actually lived. They weren't like.
I don't know.
And that boy says he reads the Bible.
A saint
Is a human being. Saint Patrick, Saint Vincent, Saint Anthony. They all actually lived. Saint Boniface. All the saints. They were there.
That's what happened when you turned that phone on. It fucked up everything I was doing. Whoever's watching that. See, it turned off for a reason. In my kind way of being so kind and godly that it's way more than anyone usually does. And then it made me so fucking pissed I didn't give a fuck. My head broke through that fucking wall. I don't give a fuck. Because I'm strong.
Yep.
Because of that fucking thing that I should have been a jerk dick like everyone else is. And let you have it turn off because whoever the fuck is watching that caused you to go off on a tangent of being against everything that I was doing in a kind way, what I was trying to do. But God had it be that way for a reason, because he wants to keep me like not knowing if I'm ever gonna meet her. I'd rather be fucking dead. I don't give a fuck about this. Like, I'm supposed to go on living and be single. Like, I'm supposed to be single.
Yeah. If that's what God wants.
I've had to do it for 10 years
God,
already, and it sucks.
God wanted this.
And guess what?
God
I'm not a
wanted
fucking
this.
demonic possessed dumb bastard like in that video of the person who turned into a ghost and was shaking and could see himself and shit because he was possessed by a demon. Those other people said it. He was evil. That's why he didn't go to immediately go to at rest to await when you're dead, you finally get to rest, to await judgment day. That's what we do. We sleep when we die. But those demons had such a control on him, they did some weird shit to him before he died. Because he was an evil human being, a wicked person probably. I think. I don't know. But from the way that you said people described him, I think he was an evil person. If I kill myself, I don't doubt anything. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't doubt God. I know, please forgive me, God, for saying I doubted, for acting like I'm a big, strong fuck who used to, had to take the entire American political system, blame it on other shit, and put the Republicans in office. That's what I had to fucking do. And I didn't believe in any of that bullshit. I was the most liberal one who went out to California to change the fucking world, and then Obama came to office because I didn't get to be the president. Because I wasn't pushing that stuff enough, being famous enough, and I gained fat and started a family and did some smaller stuff. And then they put because of the stuff that I was pushing out in LA, they put some weird ass Obama in office who's just a selfish jerk. Now I'm supposed to take the entire video down because I said I did this weird ass, stupid ass political shit that I don't even give a fuck about any of it anyway. And then I had to find Jesus. Well, before I found Jesus, more than ever, before I found God and Jesus by reading the Bible way more than I ever had. I had God and Jesus the entire time a little bit, but then I had to go across country and make sure all the minorities were okay by suffering like Jesus for all of them. And it was so scary and one of the most difficult things I've ever done, and had to be hospitalized.
Is that your trip that you stopped in Mississippi?
And an eclipse happened during it. And an eclipse happened to Jesus when he was on the cross. It was the most Jesus-like thing I've ever done, and it was on faith almost not faith alone, because I knew enough about Jesus to know I had done wrong when I was pushing political stuff out there trying to brainwash everybody, because the devil or somebody was pushing me to do that when it was the big Republican shit. And I was like, I had a shaved military head. I would go out there every day, like it was awful. And I finally got back to my regular self when I came to this house. When I got to this house, I finally got back. You know, Republican's good. You know, it can be good and kind. It has nothing to do with a Republican or not. But I was like a really bad loving of it. That was just, I guess Republican and liberal doesn't mean that much. I don't know. It's something, but
Two wings of the same
it's how the American
plutocratic
political
bird.
system is, so it's okay or whatever. Yeah, they're the same bird. That's what I like, that you helped me become a better person. And when you left, and I was all by myself, suffering alone, by some miracle, I found God in Jesus. But it took almost dying.
Yeah, well, that's usually what it takes.
I mean,
you
I
know,
don't know.
you have to
I don't know,
get
dude.
to a place where you can accept.
But maybe I didn't die.
No.
Maybe I didn't almost die, and I thought I almost died.
Well, you were miserable.
I had a bunch of
You
dust
were
in my
miserable.
lungs and stuff
Yeah.
because I worked in this place 12 hours a day for 8 months under extraordinary stress. Because I was hoping Danica and the kids would move to Roanoke or here. I was hoping they'd move here, and then you know, I had to work because I had to pay my bills, so I had to make the value of this house worth more money so I could pay my bills, and then I fucked up and did all this stupid ass shit, and like my voice is talking, and I'd like to be in that other room, and I don't even care that I'm here talking, words are coming out of my mouth or something. I'd be better feeling if I was in a different room and I keep talking and talking, and I don't even care what I'm saying that much, other than I have to be kind and good because I'm a good person. And I messed up and acted really fucking mean because I was too nice, and then I was so nice that it felt like, you know, they want to break them down so fucking little and weak. You know, maybe I should let all you people like those people kill me. You want to try to kill me? Get a gun or something and shoot me in the head if that's, you know, because I don't want to suffer at the hands of people like that. Whoever is watching this second video, something about it, if it stayed off, I would have gotten to say the things that made me feel happier on earth in an earthly, stupid, selfish way that I thought was the best, and finally feel okay enough to go on living and not suffer and want to kill myself every single day for 4 years already. I've pretty much felt,
So why don't
well,
why don't we
was
talk
okay.
about the things that would
For
make
me.
you happy, that you don't have to feel miserable.
well, I already probably have to turn this video off for all the shit that I said, because it's unlikable. No one wants to hear about that stupid ass shit, the political stuff. Maybe I said too much and it sounds dumb as shit. Like I was so big and cool, like who cares? Why would somebody, when I said cool, like try to act like it's feeling good to a dick? Annoying shit and make me want to be dead rather than ever have to think about that. again.
What would
When there's a
now? What
man
would
right
now?
here. You're a
What would
fucking
now?
man right here.
What would
Who
now?
gives a fuck about living like this?
What would
Who
now?
gives a fuck about living like this?
What would now make you happy? Now. What would make you happy now?
Now,
Yeah.
for your hand to have not done that, to feel something on my dick like I'm a fucking faggot who lives by myself and has to be a single ass person with some man, and there's no fucking sex ever, and I don't get to hold and be at one flesh with some woman who I'm in love with, who I get to actually have sex with sometimes, who I want her to be beautiful and believe in her being the most beautiful one ever, and if I don't feel like thinking about sex, then I don't have to ever think about it, and why the fuck do I feel something's trying to make me feel good to a dick, like a cat walked up and is making me feel good to a dick, and it feels awful. I don't know what it is.
Like I said, the people's saint of truth.
Now I gotta turn the entire video off. I can't even film it.
Okay, look, we can turn it off. You want to turn it off?
It got ruined, but whoever was watching on your channel helped it to be good and helped Jesus in an extraordinary way that I wasn't
Come back
expecting,
later.
and I was so fucking mean about it. I was an idiot.
Maybe 6 o'clock now, maybe.
So now I gotta turn the entire video off, and I can't even film it. Bye.
See you later.